Hi everybody, it's Malvicious with Malvicious PSN. It's been a while since I've made a how-to video, but since Oryx hard mode is out and not a lot of people have beat it, 25 million players and 3% have beat this raid. Wanted to start off by saying this is my very first time in here along with 4 other people who've never actually faced this hard mode encounter before. And you can see we're already in action. What makes hard mode different than normal is hard mode has, once you kill the ogres, you have a light eater, a knight that will come and he will consume the blight. So the easy way to do it is take your 6 players, and your 6 players all have the exact same role throughout the entire raid, where on normal mode you have player A is on platform 1 the entire duration of the fight. Well, in hard mode you want to take player A and he's going to stay with the guy that you have designated to jump and collect the relic. In our case, we decided to use a hunter to collect our relic. They're a little faster, a little more, the jumping is a lot more controllable on a hunter, where on a titan or a warlock they tend to be much more slow. So we've got 3 warlocks, 1 titan, and 2 hunters in this encounter. You notice here we're in, we've already did the blights once, we're running around trying to avoid the poison. That doesn't change. Another thing that doesn't change is the black ball that he puts around and summons you inside and you have to fight the Shade of Oryx. That doesn't change either. So back to strategy. Let's say, well, let's watch. I'll just be quiet, let you guys watch, and then during the next phase, which is here. Okay, he's going to what would normally be considered platform 3. That being said, the guy, our relic hunter, our relic gatherer, is over there. The guy we designate a guy to stay with him. So no matter where Oryx spawns, no matter which platform he goes to, the relic gatherer, the relic jumper is going there, and then 1 designated person is always going to go with him, and in this case it's the second hunter. So those 2 people always go there. And you can see Kronos over there. He is always going to be on the second platform, and I myself, I always play the last platform. So regardless of where Oryx spawns, you always play that number of platforms. Somebody's always going to be on his first platform, somebody's always going to be on the second platform, and somebody is always going to be on the last platform in the rotation. Because you don't need a person on platform 4, what we do is we take our Titan, and he comes up top. Okay? The Titan is on top, and he's dropping a bubble down with maximum duration and a shield. While the 3 people are on the platforms, they do nothing. They just sit on the platform, and your entire job is to stay alive. It is always to stay alive. Just don't shoot at anything, don't attract any attention to yourself. Once the relic has been gathered, and the aura has been stolen from the knight in the middle, as soon as the relic is gathered, all of the guys who are on the platforms, they jump up to the one of the witches' platforms up top. You'll see that's where the Titan is, and that's where our 6th player is. The sole purpose of the Titan and the 6th player is to do damage to the ogres. They're not killing the ogres, they're just DPSing them down to pretty close to death. Alright? Once the relic is gathered, all the platform standers jump up onto that platform with the Titan. Our relic hunter, who gathered the aura, jumps up with us. Once Oryx does his slam, then we shoot his chest, we stun him, staggers him. At that point, while he's staggered, once again designated to a zone. So platform 1, 2, 3, and 4 are now, we're calling them zone A, B, C, and D. I am always designated to zone C, where Kronos is designated to zone D, and I don't recall who was on A and B. But when I say this, Once we stagger him, now I'm in charge of killing that ogre that was in Zone C, or which would normally have been Platform 3. I kill him, Kronos is killing the other one, opposite me. And then we're charged of going to gather our blights. The reason you do it that way is once you kill the ogre, it's a very short time. You have a little bit of time before that knight will actually spawn. So you kill the ogre, the blights drop, you guys hustle down there, you pop the blights, and hopefully the knight won't be there. If he is, he will wreck your face. And just, he will destroy you, he will wipe you. Okay, where am I? So we killed the blights, we popped the blights, and while we are running over to pop our blights, the guy who has the aura and everybody else drops down to the center, and you do that exactly like normal. So that way when you pop your blights, you run back to the center. There's no worrying about trying to get back up onto the platform. You run back to the center. And you DPS Oryx again just like normal, okay? Not a big deal. And then it's a rinse and repeat. He'll at 50% he will always do the Shade of Oryx where he summons you in. So if you can get him to 50% in 2 rotations, then you're good to go. It's getting real. It's extremely important when he does this phase right here, the Shade of Oryx phase. It is imperative that you kill those knights immediately, like absolutely immediately. They will be throwing fire inside that orb if you don't kill them, and then they will also kill anybody who remains outside. What we did, as you can see here, it's painfully obvious that the ads always spawn in the exact same spot. So just DPS the ads. Ideally, you want to DPS the ads before they go into the orb, because any ads inside that orb, any ads inside that orb make it much more difficult for the guys inside to stay alive. If you take damage inside there, you don't regen your health. And generally, you want your supercharged. So if you have a orb regen helm or an orb regen chest, it's kind of useless. You don't want to waste the super in here. Heavy machine guns work phenomenal in this particular phase. He takes a lot more damage than he used to, and he does an immense amount of damage. So he pops, you run back to the center. As you can see here, you get prepared for the next phase. He's going to go to... Where did he go? Looks like he's on platform 1, so in that case, I'm going to be the last one. Again, you can see. I'll go to platform 3. I duck back into a spot where I'm going to be safe. Probably shouldn't take any damage right here. The 2 guys up top are DPSing the ogres in rotation as they spawn. Once my relic hunter grabbed the relic, I jump to the top along with my other platform standers. We wait for our relic hunter to bring it back to the platform. I believe it's questionable. Yep, it is. Here he comes. He barely made it on this. Stagger him. I have goosebumps watching this again. Stagger him, turn, kill the ogres. Those 2 blights are so close together that I left one guy to go get them. I didn't go get my blight because it was right next to the other one, so one guy can actually pop them. What I did is I supplied DPS to keep ads off from him. Turn, DPS Oryx, just like you normally would. Boom. Game is over. Oryx, you are dead. We just beat you on hard mode. 3% out of 25 million players have done this. You can do it too if you follow this strategy. If you have any questions, go ahead and leave me a comment on my YouTube page. You can follow me on Google Plus as well, Malvicious PSN. Game over, guys. And I want to remind you, only 2 people have actually been and done this encounter with this 6-man group. Not completed, but actually attempted it. And 4 of us, this was our first time in there. We have never even fought Hardmode Crota before. Or Hardmode Oryx before, I'm sorry. And you can see my loot was garbage. But I'll give you a quick look. I got a 313 bond. I got 2 normal mode bonds out of that, which was a joke. And I got the 310 Impossible Machines, which is nothing amazing. So my loot's nothing spectacular. My gear build is nothing spectacular. Oh, I'll show you. Here's the you beat hard mode. In order to get a shader, you have to have all the gear, but you beat hard mode, you do get that emblem. So if you ever achieve that emblem, I recommend wearing it because that's definitely something to be proud of. Malvicious PSN. Look me up. Subscribe.